Welcome to the weekly update from Contrabass Conversations. I'm your host, Jason Heath, and this show covers the latest in the world of the double bass. You can get links and further information on all the stories I cover at contrabassconversations.com/news. Here are this week's stories. After 14 years' absence, the double bass competition Giovanni Bottazzini is back under the general direction of Francesco Daniel Donati and the artistic direction of Enrico Fagone. The honorary president is Franco Petracchi, who founded the competition in 1989. And the competition will take place April 19th to the 24th, 2017. The Chautauqua Institution is now accepting applications for its 2017 festival. Come work with Cincinnati Symphony principal bassist Owen Lee, also a former podcast guest, in beautiful upstate New York. The application deadline for that is February 1st. The Brevard Music Center, which is celebrating its 80th season, is also accepting applications for this summer and work in beautiful North Carolina in the Blue Ridge Mountains with Craig Brown, George Speed, and Kevin Cassidy. And that application deadline is February 17th. I'd like to take a moment and thank our sponsor, D'Addario Strings, and check out their Zyx strings, which are synthetic strings, synthetic core strings that produce a warm, rich sound. You can get the sound and feel of gut strings with more evenness, more projection, and more stability than real gut. And I'd also like to thank Rob Anzalotti of Bass Capos for providing the hosting for Contrabass Conversations. And Bass Capos are an excellent choice for any bass player looking to implement a double bass extension. They're easy to install and adjust, they're cheaper and more reliable than hand-built latches, and they're also lighter and quicker to operate. January can be a tough month to stay motivated, energized, and inspired. Join Nicola Cantan for his 30-day challenge this month for private music teachers. Follow the link in the show note to get some daily inspiration for your teaching at the beginning of this new year. The 24th annual Richard Davis Foundation Bass Conference will take place April 14th through 15th, 2017. Join faculty members like former podcast guests Diana Gannett, David Murray, Sandor Ostland, Andy Ricidi, Rufus Reed, Inez Wyrick, Donovan Stokes, and Virginia Dixon for a weekend of bass goodness in Madison, Wisconsin, which will hopefully be showing signs of spring at that point in mid-April. Audition season for universities and festivals, as you can see, is heating up, and you can take your game to the next level with a free video course from Metropolitan Opera Orchestra member Rob Knopper. Rob runs the popular site Audition Hacker, and he's offering up this 3-part free course. I've taken it. I highly encourage you to check it out as well. And I actually included an excerpt of my interview with Rob for my book, Winning the Audition. Rob's a treasure trove of knowledge on auditioning, so be sure to check out this free resource if you haven't done so yet. And thank you so much to Hugh Sung, David Hayes, Michael Klinghoffer, Galen McCormick, Johnny Hamill, Paul Ellison, Lloyd Goldstein, Petya Bogovska, Simone Marciniak, and all the other people who I featured on the podcast in 2016 who wrote in to offer up congratulations on the 10-year anniversary of the podcast. I couldn't be happier with how things have evolved over the past decade. It's been a wild journey, and I just want to thank you all so much for passing along your good wishes and encouragement. And here's to another 10 years, hopefully. Thank you also to Chantel Incandela and Sienna George for sending me photos of my books that they got for Christmas. Thank you so much for that. Super cool. And so that's going to do it for this week's weekly update. Thank you very much for tuning in and starting off 2017 with me. I'm just honored and thrilled that you're here. And you can get links to everything I covered at contrabassconversations.com/news. You can also send me your news at feedback@contrabassconversations.com. We will see you again soon for more life on the low end of the spectrum.